time for illegal ham in the face. But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome on in on another wonderful Tuesday, Bry. It is summertime outside in Cleveland. T-shirt weather, as we always like to say, it is T-shirt time, people. So get out and enjoy it until probably 3 days from now when it's 26 degrees.
Thursday.
Nice.
So we got one more day, and I think it's supposed to rain.
Nothing says spring like going from 70 down to 26. What's up, boy?
Who's that?
All right. We got Big Mike in here. So what's up, boys? I'm liking the free agent pickups, 2 linemen, big needs, and a good linebacker to replace Bush. We will get into that here a little bit later. We will be talking free agency. We will be talking some Cavs because we didn't get to it last week. Guess what, Brian? A couple days ago, it was National Oreo Day, bud. So we're going to talk some Oreos for Fat Boy Tuesday. For our top 3, you gave the top 3 hangover shows to get you through a hangover. Now we're doing some top 3 foods to get you through a hangover. And you're going to be impressed with a couple of mine. And then we are going to do trivia tonight, which is brought to you by Say Dogs Cleveland, and it is my turn for trivia. Brian, it will be NFL trivia, and it does have to do with the Browns.
Even better.
All right. So, you ready to have some fun, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, bud. You got any shout-outs this week, my friend?
Not really. I guess I got a birthday shout-out to my cousin Chris, who had celebrated his birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to Chris. Don't get to see him as much because he lives up in Minnesota now, but I'm still texting quite a bit with him. So, other than that, I can't think. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody else's birthday, but that's maybe coming up in the next week or two. So as for now, just one.
All right. Justin said shout out to March for being MS Awareness Month, as I can't speak.
Sure.
So yes, Justin. I see if you guys want to follow Justin on TikTok, he posts daily MS struggles throughout the week and how he's feeling. So go check him out on all this stuff. We love Justin here, even though he's a vegetarian and he gives us a whole bunch of crap for being fat and everything else, but we still love him. Do we? Yeah, we still love him.
As long as he's nice to me about Michigan.
Well, I mean, last week I almost killed over and died, Bri. Comparing Ohio State wide receiver to Nico Collins.
I know, the great Nico Collins. Hey, if he could turn into Nico Collins, I'd take him at 6.
Bri, I clipped that quicker than you can clip a chip. And, buddy, it went nuts. And people are like, Michigan fan comparing Ohio State wide receiver to Michigan wide receiver. Oh, it got all awful. And then the other one I clipped, which I thought was hilarious, was everybody kind of bashing when you said Andrews should have been fired for drafting Dylan Gabriel. And
people were defending Andrew Berry?
No, they were saying, well, that was a Kevin Stefanski. That's why Kevin Stefanski got fired.
Well, then trade him to Atlanta yesterday, then, if that's the case.
Well, and
he can have all the left-handed quarterbacks down there.
I wanted to bring up, let's see here. I'm pretty sure it's the general manager's job to make the picks. So he technically had to pick Dylan Gabriel. Even though Stefanski wanted him, his name's all over that pick too, not just Stefanski.
Well, and if it was Stefanski who picked him, then it indeed was a fireable offense because he got fired for it.
So Casey's in here tonight. We got Big Mike in here tonight. Brian, we are just popping up on viewers right now. Brian, let's get into our show, bud. Let's have some fun. Play the trivia sounder. Trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. We love City Dogs Cleveland. The kennels are full again. It is time to Spring clean out the kennels is what we like to call it. So please go and adopt a dog from City Dogs Cleveland. If you can't adopt, volunteer, donate, do whatever you can to do to help out a city dog from City Dogs Cleveland. Well, let's get into some trivia, Bri. Have some fun. All right, Bri. Trivia brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. It is NFL trivia. Bri, we picked up two brand new players, actually more than that, but the two that I have written down for trivia. To start out with, we picked up a guard, Zion Johnson. Is that his last name?
Correct.
And then Quincy Williams, Bri, linebacker, played for the Jets. So, Bri, what I'm asking you is, what college did these two go to? And what rounds were they picked in?
Okay. I think I got one of them. Okay. Well, I got half. We'll see if I can figure out the other half.
Okay, because your knowledge about first round and NFL drafts are just, yeah.
Yep. We'll see if I can figure out. I think I got half. I don't think I'm going to be able. It'd just be a shot in the dark for the rest of it.
All right. Well, let's bump the Cleveland headlines, buddy, and let's get into the Cleveland news. All right, Brian, your choice. You want to do Cavs first? You want to do free agency first?
We can do Cavs first since we didn't get to it last week.
So your Cleveland Cavaliers right now are coming off a whole bunch of injuries. There's less than 20 games left. They had a Sunday matinee against the Boston Celtics, got their asses kicked, scored 10 points in a fucking quarter, Bright. 10 points. 10 points in the second quarter they scored. They couldn't even buy a bucket. But, you asked last week, we have any concerns with 20 games left, chemistry, how are you feeling about this team? Brian, how are you feeling with about, 18 games left or so?
I'm feeling okay about it. I feel like the main thing is to just stay healthy and get guys playing together. I think Jared Allen was out on Sunday, so we've yet to really feel like have a good run with our new big four and plus adding Schroeder and Ellis. I think it would just take some time, so it would be nice, especially since you have a very manageable schedule coming up, just to gain some confidence. Might allow you to play a little different, try new things with these guys all on the floor together. So just getting them comfortable in their new roles with the team, with Harden being there, and just hopefully having them healthy and meshing a little bit better than what we've seen. And I think the confidence will go a long way, but at the end of the day, how much confidence can you really have until you start beating some of these top teams consistently? So, I think it's a favorable schedule, like I said, and I think they could do some damage. Maybe they have 17 games left, something like that. They're talking today. They could win 13, 14, 15 of them. They're just playing some really bad teams and some teams that have been accused of tanking. So if you really want to win them, like last night we saw with, was it the 76ers? They didn't really have to try too hard to win that game. And then, going back to the Nets game, you're going to be playing some bad teams. So time to make hay and get that confidence up.
Yeah, and kind of get everybody involved. I think the biggest problem right now, Bri, is we've had so many Cavs this year have a role in this team. And this is the point now where, our head coach has kind of got to, reel it in and start to fine tune how he's wanting to do this playoff push and who he's wanting on this roster for the playoff push. Because you're not going to be able to play 15 guys that they have been playing. And what set you're going to do. Are we going to have a Dean Wade out there as a starter and not Jalen Tyson? Max Strus is getting ready to come back. Jared Allen's out, but he'll be back. So, I mean, we have guys coming back that you're like, and then I'm telling you what, I watched the game, what was it, last night, Bri? Breath of fresh air. Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis. Holy shit. Keon Ellis went off last night. You know, how are you going to keep those guys out of the starting lineup, especially during the playoff, or not the starting lineup, but part of the playoff lineup? So Kenny Atkinson's got some stuff that he's got to reel in here in the next, 10 to 15 games and kind of hone in and get ready. But also, Bri, I don't want to say this, I wouldn't say tanking, but also positioning yourself for the playoffs and who you want to play and go up against in the Eastern Conference. Right now, I think we are the 4 seed right now. There's a chance that we'd have to go through Boston to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, or do you want to take an easier road? So we have some decisions to make.
I think that's maybe the one thing that I'm most interested in the rest of the way is just how that lines up with these top 4 seeds in the Eastern Conference, and maybe even you throw the 5 seed in there, because if we end up the 4 seed, then who are we going to be playing in the first round? It's not going to be some schlubby team. It's going to be a team that's decent. You look at our track record this year against Toronto, and it's not great. So if they can find somehow a way to get that 5 seed and we're the 4 seed, I think you'd have to be a little concerned about it. It's not LeBron versus the Raptors, 7 years ago. This is a team that matches up pretty well against you. So that will cause me some concern. If we do get the 4 seed, I think that would be better if we end up playing Detroit. Not that you want to dodge anybody, because you're going to have to go through these teams eventually if you want to get to the finals like we do. But I think playing a Detroit and a Boston as opposed to a Boston and a New York, I think that would be favorable for the Cavs, because again, I just don't trust us against those other 2 teams, because we've seen them gentlemen sweep us within the last couple seasons. And so I know a lot of people want to just get over that, but the way you get over that is by proving your toughness. And talking about Toronto, they're a physical team too. Same with who's the guy for Detroit that always is throwing elbows and getting technicals? Isaiah Stewart. I think is his name. He's going to be trying to push you around and try to get in your head. And so, whoever you play, it's going to be physical.
You also got the Knicks with Robinson.
Oh yeah, sure.
Detroit just plays the way Detroit plays. They just play that way, and Orlando plays that way too. Orlando's starting to get chippy and kind of, but Orlando has Jalen Suggs, who's got great defense. I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, a lot of people, I thought after the trade, they upgraded and it made them, kind of a contender to go for the Eastern Conference Finals. But man, it's not going to be easy getting there, Bri. I thought it might have been a little bit easier a couple weeks ago, but now I'm starting to look at things and it's like, okay, a lot of teams are stepping up now, and you kind of just gotta. I mean, would you rest these guys, or would you push them to play? Like, would you be, every now and then rest Harden, get him some off his legs a little bit, rest Mitchell for a couple, not a couple games, but you know what I'm saying? Would you rest these guys, or would you just have them keep pushing?
It's hard to say, because I feel like whatever we do, if we end up losing in 5 games in the second round, you can question it. It's going to be either you push these guys too hard and we weren't ready, or you took it too easy on them and they weren't conditioned for the type of game that the Knicks and the Celtics are going to bring to us. So I guess I trust Kenny Atkinson to know his team. Harden is a guy who just ends up playing lots of games. And so that's just what he's used to. But he also is getting up there in age. And, Donovan Mitchell, I feel like he played as little minutes as he has in his career last year. And what did that really get you?
Mhm.
You know, you really need Harden to just lighten the load on Donovan, because Darius Garland was unable to do that last year, and Harden or Mitchell's just leaving it, his whole everything he has out on the floor every single game. It seems like by the end of it, he's just exhausted. And so if Harden can handle the ball, make some plays without Mitchell having to take it to the hoop and score or dish it, or really have all the taxing defense on his body and just banging into guys in the post. If Harden can do some of that and Mitchell can rest on the bench, or just even when he's on the court, just kind of rest his body to save it for the fourth quarter, I think that's going to be key, because he's just, if any of these games go to overtime, I can't remember. Do we have one or two games that went to overtime with Indiana last year, to where you just knew that that they had the advantage going to overtime, because
Oh yeah.
our star player, the guy who fuels this engine, he was just getting very close to E, and so you need somebody to lighten the load on him, and Harden's that guy. I wish it was Evan Mobley. I wish he could do it. He could take over games offensively, even for 4 or 5 minutes. But up to this point, we haven't seen it.
Yeah, even if it's just right, even if it's not an offensive thing, even if your defense can just, give him 3-4 minutes, like your defense steps up and holds them to, a certain amount of points and lets him kind of get a breather and come back in and try to help out that way. Because, as much as an offensive juggernaut the NBA is now, especially with 3-pointers and everything else, I still feel like you have to play good defense in the NBA, especially the playoffs. And also with that also goes on Kenny Atkinson too, because guess what? You're not scouting for teams ahead. That's one thing that I think that we lacked last year, especially when we played Indiana, is Indiana knew our weakness and it was taking it out. And they did everything they could to pretty much run Donovan Mitchell into the ground. I mean, they started playing full court presses as soon as they got the ball. They started, wearing us down. And, when that starts happening, Kenny's got to adjust to that also. So I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun stretch, Bri. I'm excited to see where we kind of end up and who we end up getting. But like you said, right now you got to take care of what you got to take care of and be damned, not be scared of who you're going to play in the playoffs. I would say if you want to take out, you're going to play somebody at some point in time, whether it be New York, Detroit, Boston, any of those, you're going to have to play them at some point in time in the playoffs. So might as well get it out of the road, go to the Eastern Conference Finals and see what you can do.
Yeah, and honestly, if I'm Kenny Atkinson, I might think about, because you're probably not going to need your best effort every single night, and you want guys to play hard and not get stale, but maybe dictate how practice goes, because if you're playing the Nets or the Mavericks or something, you don't know what kind of game they're really going to play. I don't know how physical they're really going to be with our big guys. So maybe in practice you just have Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, and you take some of your big guys, even if you have to go down to the G League to get guys to be physical with them, be ultra physical with them in practice, so they get used to playing that type of basketball, and then maybe give them a breather for the game. But have like these simulated games in practice to where you're just, I know you're playing with fire when you're doing that, because then you can risk injury in practice. But maybe it's too late too. But at some point you got to get acclimated. These big guys acclimated to this physical play, to where they're not just going to shrivel into a ball and hide in the corner. So whatever he's done in the past hasn't really worked. So I would think about maybe trying to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, you got to do whatever you have to do. It's playoff basketball coming up now. So
you got to change things up. Otherwise, it's just going to be the same result. I don't know if Harden over Darius Garland is going to automatically take us to the finals.
Yeah. I agree, bud. All right, bud, you ready to get in free agency, which is going wild for everybody in the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so NFL free agency tampering started yesterday, technically at noon, and it went crazy right out of the gate. It came out with Miami releasing Tua and then signing Malik Willis. Also, Geno Smith getting traded. It was signings everywhere. Linderbaum going to Raiders was a huge one. There's a couple other ones. Elijah Vera Tucker went to the Patriots. Romeo Dubes went to the Patriots, or Dobbs, or however you want to say it. I call it Dubes because that U's in there and it screws me all up. And now with what the Browns have signed, and let's bring them up so far. So the first one was Titus Howard. We did it with a trade with Houston, which you and I got into. They re-signed Tevin Jenkins back onto the team. Zion Johnson signing a 3-year, $50 million deal. Center, how do you say his name? Elton? Then why is there a G?
I don't know. Okay. You'd have to ask his parents.
Elton Jenkins signing a 2-year deal, 2-year, $24 million, and then we got Quincy Williams signing a 2-year, $13 million. But that means we lost. Who's the linebacker that we lost? Devin Bush. Bush, we lost, but that means hearing this news, doesn't sound like Joe Patonio is going to be coming back to Cleveland.
I don't know. I think the door's still open. Although I thought today was like the deadline, or no? Is there?
Yeah,
there's some significance today. Oh, so he is a free agent. So he's not coming back to the Browns.
Well, we don't know that. They still can sign him.
Oh, I see.
Back, but he was supposed to let them know if he wanted to come back, they were going to work out a deal together. And I think that lapsed. So as of right now, technically, he is a free agent, and a lot of rumblings about him going to the New England Patriots.
But do we know anything like right now? Like, do we know for sure he's going to play next year? Do we know for sure the Browns? We really don't know anything still.
Yeah, so nothing's really come out. It's rumblings that he might not be back here. He might be back here. There's interest from the Patriots. There's interest from a couple other teams.
Sure.
It's NFL free agency. This will change in like 30 seconds. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I still think there's hope. Maybe not hope, but I still think there's a chance that he comes back to the Browns, because the way I see it, you signed a right tackle, a right guard, and a center. So the left guard spot still has not been filled. But I think one of the things that the Browns like about all three of these offensive linemen that they signed is the versatility. We talked about Howard could be right guard. He could be right tackle. This Zion Johnson, I believe, has played right guard, and I think he was even better at left guard. So
yes,
if Batonio does move on, then he could be moving back to the left side. Then Elton Jenkins, I guess, has started 4 of the 5 spots on the line. Most recently at center, where I think he made 1, maybe 2 Pro Bowls. I can't remember if he made a Pro Bowl as a guard or not.
He might have made it but he's a 2-time Pro Bowler.
2-time Pro Bowler. So
when the Pro Bowl wasn't a joke.
What do you mean? It's not a joke now. Why is it a joke?
Okay, Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler. Hey,
I was just setting you up for the hate there. I guess that was wrong on me.
Snoop Huntley was a Pro Bowler.
You're darn right he was. Joe Flacco was a Pro Bowler.
See, there we go. Just keep naming them off.
How many quarterbacks do the Browns have that are Pro Bowlers? Baker Mayfield was probably a Pro Bowler last year, 2 years ago.
Probably was. It's amazing. We have all these Pro Bowl quarterbacks here.
And we still don't have a quarterback.
And we still don't have a quarterback. Here we go.
We had like 5 Pro Bowlers in the last 5 years, and we still don't have a quarterback. But yeah, so the Zion Johnson one, I don't know. It's hard to get too excited about it. I feel like you probably again overpaid because he's a starter. He's a former first round pick, and so you just plug him in somewhere. He's a starter for you. It's up to Zach Zinner now and these other guys. Who's our center? That's name escaping me. Ohio State guy.
Luke Whippler.
I knew it began with a W. Whippler, he's probably, if he's playing really well, him and Zinter could get it into the starting lineup, but they'd have to almost either overtake these guys or shift those guys around. So I still think Zinner and Whippler have a chance at being starters, but it's probably not likely. But you just have stability. These guys, every single one of them, I believe, is a pretty good pass blocker. And so I think that gives whoever you decide at quarterback a better chance at succeeding. And the fact that we've addressed the offensive line as aggressively as we have maybe leads you to believe that we might be thinking addressing wide receiver in the draft a little more. But the Jenkins signing, I think, maybe is the one that I'm most excited about. And I something about the NFL just really doesn't value centers. So I feel like we got him kind of as a steal. When you look at what we paid Howard and you look at what we paid Johnson to get Jenkins for, what was it, 2 years, $24 million or something, $12 million a year.
Yeah, with $20 million guaranteed. So
yeah, you compare that to the Linderbaum deal, and it's less than half of what he got. So I feel like I'm excited about that deal, regardless of where they decide to play him. But yeah, the other guys, I think they'll be fine. It's hard to get super excited about them, but I feel like we upgraded over the last week and a half.
Yeah, and we needed to on the offensive line. I'm not going to be upset with these signings. I mean, that's like you said, you got guys that kind of play all the positions. It does make you question now the draft and the direction they're going to go, because you have signed this many offensive linemen in free agency right now. But still, Bri, if the guy is there that they want to shore up the offensive line, take him. If they have the one that they think is going to be the next left tackle, even though we still have DeJuan Jones, but DeJuan's injured all the time. So it's, if he's there, take him. I love what they're doing, because they realized that last year the offensive line was not up to par. And they had to change some things. And it looks like they've learned their lesson. They're trying to change some things. One thing that does scare me, though, Bryce, you said they all pass block very well. From what I heard, they do not run block very well. So kind of concerned about that, because, we used to have a offensive line that used to run block like you wouldn't believe. And when you had Nick Chubb back there, it was a nice thing to see. But now we're kind of shifting gears and different philosophies and things of that nature, Bri. Do you think that with all these signings, especially on the offensive line, that this is going to veer towards wide receiver in the draft at 6?
Yeah, well, that's how it's shaping up. But the one thing you hear about this draft is it's very deep at wide receiver. So the guy you get at 6 might not be a whole lot better than the guy you would get at 24. The guy at 24 might not be a whole lot better than the guy you can get at 39 or whatever our second round pick is. So yeah, I think they're probably leaving all their options open. I still think left tackle is something that you need to consider, but there's not really many left tackles in the top 5 that you really would consider. I think the guys that you might consider will go anywhere from 10 to 25. And so do you just hope a guy like Monroe Freeling falls to you at 24, or a guy like Caleb Lamu falls to you at 24? These true left tackles, or
Would
do
you
you
would
try
you
to
be
trade
okay?
back?
Yeah, would you be okay trading 6 and moving
Oh
back?
yeah, I said last week. I think my preferred uh, outcome right now is to trade back to somewhere between 9 to 13 or 14, because I think then the Monroe Freeling kind of comes into play, and I still think one of those, if you can't get him, maybe you really like this Caleb Wamu, or maybe one of the top 3 receivers will fall to you at that point. So I still think you would have a bunch of options if you're picking in the high or low teens, or as high as 10. But it's about what you can get. If somebody's offering you a third round pick to drop 4 or 5 spots, I probably wouldn't do it. But if they're offering you a first next year, certainly you would consider that, or even a second next year to drop, a couple spots. I would definitely like that. So I guess as a Browns fan, you're kind of hoping that some of these, because the draft at the top has a lot of good players that maybe you're not interested in because they don't really fit a need for you. But maybe somebody falls in love, like I said last week, with these Ohio State defenders, because certainly one of them will fall to you, or Reuben Bain might start falling, or I don't know really if anybody would trade up for a Fano or a Maui Noah, but Love from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love. If somebody falls in love with him, I could see somebody trading up for him, because he's maybe like a generational running back. What we're seeing now, some people think he's the best player in the draft.
So, Brian, now I got to ask. Hold your feet to the fire, because you held mine last week about quarterbacks and
Mm-hmm.
how I flip flop all the time. Jeremiah
Mm-hmm.
Love's there. He is supposed to be this generational running back. Are you taking him?
No, I don't think you can.
That's
Just
that's
be.
best player available, Brian. He's going to be a
I
generational
agree.
running back.
I agree. Well, unless you're planning on trading Quinshon Judkins, which after his injury, I don't think you could get a second round pick for him. Even it's not like he set the world on fire last year.
Would it
But
be the upgrade?
if
Wouldn't it be an upgrade at the position?
it would, yep. But you're just so you can't draft best when you're in the Browns position. You can't draft best player available.
Yeah,
Now,
kind of because guess what? If you draft best player available, it's going to help out the Browns no matter what, because no matter who they draft is going to be an upgrade at the position.
well, yeah, but you're so starved for wide receiver talent that going from a B- to an A in the running back room isn't as significant as going from a D- to a B- in the wide receiver room or something. Again, it's about helping out your young quarterback, and even if you don't think Shador is anything, it'd be nice to get some wide receivers in place for when you do draft a quarterback next year. And I hear what you're saying. If he's this great talent, why not just take him? But it also has to do with just how the NFL values the running back position. How they value certain positions. I talked about center. The NFL doesn't really value the center position. That's why these centers aren't making what these left tackles are. They don't value running back position. They don't value safety position. Caleb Downs, some people think he's the best player in the draft, and I see him getting mocked around 10, or maybe if outside the top 10, just because of the position that he plays. So a lot of people think that you can get a really, really good running back in the second, third, fourth rounds. Look at Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb.
And I agree with that, Bri. I was just a lot of people have been. It would be an upgrade, and I understand that you need to help out your quarterback, your young quarterback, and having an A to A plus running back would help out your quarterback, no matter who it is. So I was just asking. I wasn't trying to. I just have a lot of people that have been talking about it, And we're like, if he's there at 6, like, what do you do? Because at that point in time, I know that we drafted 2 running backs last year, but also we drafted 2 quarterbacks last year, and we're still looking for quarterbacks. So I was just saying, if he's there and you can still get your offensive tackle later, would you take him at 6?
I wouldn't. Would I be excited if they did take him? Yeah, I would be, because I think he has the talent to be a special player. And we all fell in love with Nick Chubb and what he could do.
We didn't know
with that kind of.
We didn't know what Nick Chubb could do. When Nick Chubb was drafted, Nick Chubb had some major injuries to his knees.
Oh, yeah.
He made one breakaway run, and it was like, yeah, he should be starting over Carlos Hyde. Why do we have Carlos Hyde here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think Jeremiah Love gives you that excitement at the position. And we fell in love with the running backs. So if you could do that, I wouldn't take him just because of the needs that I explained earlier. But I would be excited to watch him in a Browns uniform if they did end up taking him. But I'm not going to get my hopes up. I know Andrew Berry, and I know he's stubborn, and he's going to say we just wasted 2 draft picks last year on running backs. There's no way I'm going to waste a top 10 pick this year on a running back, because that would be admitting I was wrong last year.
Right? He wasted a 3rd round pick on a quarterback that was never going to start in the NFL.
Not according to him. Not according to him. He'll tell you till he's blue in the face that Dylan Gabriel has a long career in the NFL. He's stubborn. He's not going to admit he's wrong.
Now I do.
How long do we hang on to Schwartz? I forget his first name. I always want to call him Mitchell. Anthony Schwartz. How long do we hold on to him? 2 years past. Who's the other receivers that we've gotten rid of? David Bell.
Yeah, you're right.
We still have Cedric Tillman on the team, who really hasn't, as much as I like him, he hasn't done much in the NFL. He doesn't warrant being a number 2 receiver.
No, you're right, buddy. But I do have to. Hey, you're right on one thing and right on another. I do have to apologize to you after sitting there and thinking about our whole argument about quarterbacks last week and sticking a flag in it. And you know something, Bri? I got to get to the point of being a Browns fan. Anybody they bring in, I don't give a shit who it is. Anybody. Get the grocery store clerk, get the bag boy from IGA or Kroger, anybody they want to bring in here to throw the football. I'm giving anybody a chance now. And,
but that's what your argument has always been. Just give me anybody. And that the whole show last week was me trying to hold you down for an actual plan rather than just saying, give me anybody. Give me the school bus driver from North Olmsted. Give me a names.
That's a plan, though. There's no other plan I can give you that's going to help.
So you'd be fine with the quarterback from Toledo coming in?
Sure. Hey,
give me Uncle Rico. No, you wouldn't. You're lying. You're lying right there.
Give me Uncle Rico. Uncle Rico.
Give me. Be real.
Give me.
Be real.
Just invincible. Open up the whole thing. Just Cleveland Browns Stadium. Anybody that could throw the football, come down here and showcase your arm talent.
Are you done wasting everybody's time? Give me anybody is not an argument. A 5-year-old could give that argument.
Good. I'm glad I'm a 5-year-old. Okay, so Caleb Downs is so tempting. So Chris asked about Hickman. And Hickman, they have not re-signed Hickman. I think Hickman's a restricted free agent, if I'm correct. But Hickman's also got some legal issues in the state of New York right now, where he got jumped.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. He got
shot. Did he get shot?
He didn't get shot. He got jumped. He got jumped by a whole bunch of people and got his ass kicked.
Okay.
But I don't know what their plan is at safety. And yes, Caleb Downs has been in everybody's radar here, especially the state of Ohio. I don't think they can go defense with this draft again. I really don't. I think they've done enough defense that they shored up the defense where they need it. And I truly now, if you want to draft like a cornerback or a safety in the 5th round where we still have 2 picks or something like that, that's fine. But I really do think that your top picks have got to be offensive players. Do you think that too?
Yeah, I think drafting Caleb Downs is like a luxury pick. That's why I like the Chiefs or somebody could draft Caleb Downs. Like teams that don't have a ton of needs, here's a really good player that you just plug and play. The Browns don't have that luxury, and not to mention him and Grant Delpit play the same position. A lot of people think like, oh, just a safety is a safety. We can have two good safety. No, because neither one of them is a great cover safety. They're both really good at tackling and coming up in the box. But like Caleb Downs is more of a Troy Polamalu than he is an Ed Reed. He's not as much of a ball hawk, and neither is Grant Delpit. So you kind of need that guy who's good in zone coverage. Yeah, I'm sure they would be fine together, but it's not a natural fit like some people might think it is. It's like, having two right tackles, which we're kind of accustomed to.
Well, we've been accustomed. Well, sort of. We have 1.5 right tackles. I don't count Jack Conklin as a full right tackle.
Oh, I thought you were talking about DeJuan Jones. You give Jack Conklin all this crap about never being healthy, but I never hear you go in on DeJuan Jones. I don't know why that is.
I'll even say it about DeJuan now. Till that man gets healthy, I want nothing to do with him. He's been hurt ever since he's played here. And you and I both agreed that extension to Jack Conklin was stupid.
Oh, I think all Browns fans kind of felt that way. I was thinking about that the other day. Like that one was a head scratcher in the Austin Hooper deal when we signed him and we had Njoku. Major head scratchers like Andrew Berry. What are you doing, man?
That was a Kevin Stefanski call on Austin Hooper.
Oh, you heard where Hooper signed? Was it yesterday or today?
With Atlanta?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Uh-huh.
Let's see all you keep talking over there. I'm going to scroll up and see who Atlanta signed here. Let's see here.
Well,
Atlanta.
they signed Tua, so you can't help but wonder if Stefanski was still here, would we have signed Tua?
Oof.
I don't know. I don't know if Tua would want to come because he's a fair weather quarterback. He doesn't want to come to the cold. He'd rather play. Him in Atlanta is a very good situation. He can play indoors. He can play in a soft division, and he has a lot of weapons down there. So I think it's a good fit for him. The problem is he's coming in as the backup quarterback.
Who, Tua?
Yeah.
No.
They're still invested with Penix.
No, they're really not, from what I heard, because everybody that's there now, Bri, wasn't there when Penix was drafted. So, I mean, you got Matt Ryan, you got now Kevin Stefanski. I don't think it's going to be Penix being starter, but let's see here. Tua, Jahan Dotson. I'm not even going to try to pronounce Zacchaeus' name. Austin Hooper. Zacharias? Is that what it is?
Amadei. Zacchaeus?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And then Hooper signed a 1-year deal, and then they put the franchise tag on Kyle Pitts. So that's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
You franchise tag Kyle Pitts, and then you bring in Austin Hooper. Oh, by the way, Nick Folk. God, what is he, 49 years old?
Who'd he sign with?
He signed with the Falcons. He signed a 2-year contract with the Falcons.
Oh, they got rid of young Ho Koo. What they call him?
Yeah, hey, word is the Ravens are backing out of the Crosby deal.
That can't be. No way.
No,
Bobby.
That can't happen.
No. All right, I guess I'll see.
I'm looking it up now.
No, I don't see anything.
Okay. Hayden
I'd be shocked.
Hayden Hurst retired.
Yep, heard that.
Okay. Cashing in. Okay.
Yeah. What about? I mean, they're going. No, they're going for it with unless he failed a physical or something like that. That's another thing with Caleb Downs. I guess at the combine, it came out that he has like degenerative ACL.
Yeah.
So you wonder if that'll affect his draft stock, or that'll affect how desirable he is for some teams, and that could affect the Browns. Because if he's still on the board, somebody might trade up for him if he was healthy.
Or do you trade back up for him from 24 if he drops?
I wouldn't again, but I don't know. Maybe and it's not just because he's a Buckeye, it's because he's I think he's a great player. I think if we didn't have Grant Delpit, he would be more appealing to me. Mm-hmm. And then it just depends on what you'd have to give up.
Grant Delpit and Downs as your two safeties?
No, because like I was saying, I think they play the same position. You need a ball hawk safety.
You're saying Grant Delpit's not a ball hawk safety?
No, he's become more of like a he's better in the box now. He can still he's still good at playing deep, but yeah, I don't think that's his specialty.
Oh shit! There it is. Just in. Adam Schefter. Ravens backed out of the Max Crosby.
Yeah, I see it now. All right. My apologies.
Oh shit!
My apologies.
All right. Well,
yeah, that's wild. You don't hear that a whole lot.
Hey, especially getting breaking news on the legal hand to the face. By the way, first one's live, Cricket.
Yeah, they should. I don't know. I don't know how they can do that unless it's a medical thing.
It might be a financial thing. Maybe they didn't come to terms with, like Vegas didn't come to terms with something that they wanted.
But usually you have all that stuff ironed out before you announce the trade.
They might be a stickler on something, Brian.
I guess we'll find out. I don't know how that really.
Tom Brady.
How does that really affect the Browns?
On that one.
Yeah, you wonder. Well, now you have to trade him somewhere. Speaking of, I like what the Raiders did with signing Linderbaum for give them a stud center for Mendoza, give him the best opportunity to succeed, and then by the time you'd have to pay Mendoza, Linderbaum's deal will be off the books, so you won't have to worry about it. So, yeah, I think that was a really good signing.
Yeah, Bobby,
even though they overpaid.
Bobby, I know you know people at ESPN. So do Brian and I too.
Oh, see, he's breaking news. Maybe he's the Adam Schefter of our show.
Brian, he's part of Jacksonville ESPN, buddy. He has a show down.
I believe him. I believe you.
So
I need to start. I need to give him my phone number so he can give me these tips. He wasn't the guy who said Shieldhouse to the Browns, was he? That gave you that tip.
No. He wasn't that one.
Okay.
He wasn't that one.
We won't name that guy.
All right. Justin is off of here. All right, Brian, you want to get in some food and we'll close out the show as free agency kind of ends. We'll talk obviously more next week when we come back. It'll be more Browns news. We'll talk some more Cavs. We'll talk some Guardians as they're in spring training, especially with the World Baseball Classic and everything that's going on right now, or however you bring.
Is baseball on your radar yet? Baseball's not on my radar yet.
Baseball's sort of on my radar. It's not completely on my radar yet, but it will be.
Are you checking box scores or anything?
No, but it probably will be after the draft.
Oh, yes, you're going to go that late. Well, we got opening day coming.
I forgot about
at the end of the month.
Okay, so
yeah,
I can't really say that because I could.
We still got a month of baseball, regular season baseball before the draft.
I have a feeling the draft will be on Memorial Day coming here soon.
Yeah, it's probably good for business because NFL's kind of a ghost in May and June, other than like OTAs.
Oh my God, everybody's reacting right now to the Ravens backing out of the deal. Holy shit. I mean, that was a huge deal when it came down on what was a Friday. It was like, oh shit, they're in. Here we go. Like, but
something's up.
Something's up. We'll find out later. All right, Brian, let's get into Fat Boy Tuesday and have some fun, bud. right, big fella. It's time to talk some Oreo cookies, buddy. And there are so many different kinds of Oreo cookies. They came out with like the Thin Mints, the horrible things of Thin Mints. You got the original. You got the double stuff. You got the what is it? The confetti cake Oreo cookie. They got the peanut butter one. So the reason why I wanted to bring up Oreos because it was National Oreo Day, Bri, and I think both you and I are on the double stuffed Oreo train. Did you try the mega stuffed when they came out with it?
No, I'm going to surprise you. I'm not a huge Oreo fan.
Shut up.
I'll eat them. I don't have anything against them, but if I'm just eating Oreos, I would probably pass. In milk, they're good.
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of different varieties now. So there have been a couple times I've looked and been like, oh, I bet those are good. I should try those. But I really haven't dabbled a whole lot in anything other than like the original ones.
Is it because you just love other cookies more than the Oreos?
Yeah. I'm not a huge cookie fan, but if I do go cookies, it's usually, I don't know, like the soft baked ones or something you get from Get Go or something like that.
Batch.
Yeah. Well, I don't buy cookies, like packaged cookies like that from the store very often at all. So I would prefer chocolate chip over Oreos. So usually they take a back seat to the back seat. So yeah, but if they're available and if there's milk there, I'll eat them.
Okay. I am kind of shocked right now. I almost want to pull your fat boy license, but I understand why. I mean, I just grew up with them. Like my dad loved
right.
Oreos,
There you go.
And it was like and even like the knockoff Oreos. We had the knockoff ones in the house all the time. They were never the same as the original Oreo. You always get that. Like you're like, yeah, this is good, but this isn't. This isn't good stuff. But it did find some like hacks with Oreos. Now I done
okay,
Brian. True fatness. Thank God Justin went to bed because he can't make fun of me for being fat. I've done chocolate milk dip with the Oreo.
Sure,
not bad.
I can see that. Yeah, if you don't have regular milk, I would do chocolate.
And then there's a hack out there where somebody uses a fork. Have you seen this?
No.
So you know how when you dunk it, you get your fingers all in the milk and everything else.
Right. Right.
It's got to be a good dunk. Well, they actually stick a fork in between the cookies into the center, and then just dunk it in there, and then pull it out, and then take it off the fork instead of your fingers getting all messed up.
No way. I don't believe you can get a good dunk using a fork, because I'm not the guy that just dunks it for 5 seconds, takes it out, and eats it. Like the dunking that I'm looking for, you got to leave it in there for 30, 45 seconds to let it get soft.
Wow,
and if you're doing that, it just falls apart, probably on the fork.
You're doing it for that long?
Oh, yeah. I don't like it to be mush or anything, but right on the edge of mush and still a little bit of crunch.
All right, so we have breaking news here on Illegal Ham to the Face. Per Bobby G from ESPN Jacksonville and Game Time 216. Confirmed failed physical for Max Crosby.
Interesting. I wonder what he was dealing with, some sort of injury at the end of the year. I wonder if that's still lingering. Maybe they found something degenerative. I don't know.
Still, right?
Sucks for both of them.
I'm looking up the Oreo. Oh, there's 30 Oreo flavors.
I told you, there's a ton.
Holy shit.
What is a mega? So you piqued my interest. What is a mega Oreo? Is that bigger than a double stuffed Oreo?
Yeah, so it's just pretty much the whole inside. It's okay.
And they sell these?
Yeah, they do. All right, so let's see here. Let's go through them. We got 30 of them. We'll do them quick. Number one is birthday cake Oreo. No. What do you think, buddy?
I thought you said we're going to do them quick. Yeah, I would try them.
Okay. Fudge dipped Oreo thin bites. Stop me if you got one that you want to do.
Yep.
Oreo mint thin.
Those sound good.
Oreo Thin Bites, chocolate Oreo Thins, churro Oreos.
I don't know if I've ever had a churro.
Chocolate Oreo. I've had those. There's one of my favorites. Peanut butter Oreos.
That sounds good.
Let's see here. Oreo white fudge dipped Thin Bites. Red velvet Oreo.
No thanks.
Oreo Thins. That seems something for fat girls to eat, so they don't think they're fat because they're doing the thin cookies instead of the fat cookies, or even fat
I get
guys.
down with that. I understand that thinking.
God, here we go. Mint Oreo. Pass.
Yeah.
Chocolate peanut butter pie Oreo. Spring Oreo. What the hell that thing is? Dark chocolate Oreo. Gingerbread Oreo. Oh, there we go. Golden. The Goldens.
I think those I might prefer those to the regular. So I'm more of a vanilla than a chocolate.
All right. Fudge covered. Carrot cake Oreo.
They have strawberry?
Coconut Oreo. Works. Apple cider donut Oreo.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the mega stuffed Oreo. Yeah, so what it is it's the original Oreo cookie, but it's almost like a triple or quadruple on the inside.
My goodness. That's too much, no?
I
mean, unless it's like a Big Mac and you have one right in the middle.
Well, you don't. But let's see here. Oreo pistachio thins. Oh, my God. A Lady Gaga Oreo. I can only imagine what that is. Let's see here. 4 more. The golden Oreo. Most stuff Oreo. Okay, now that's bigger.
That's bigger than the mega.
Bigger than the mega.
There's no way they sell these in stores. No way.
Lemon Oreo.
Wasn't double stuffed? Wasn't double stuffed banned in California or something? Like they wouldn't sell them there.
Well, that's because Californians are a bunch of hippies, Bri.
That is very strange. Why would you ban a cookie? But the lemon sounds very good.
Yeah.
Is it the golden outside or is it the chocolate outside?
Golden outside.
Yeah. Okay. I might have to try those. Those sound good.
All right. Well, those are listed down to Oreos. I mean, I'm kind of shocked that you're not an Oreo guy. Like for me, I love the double stuffed. That's what we normally get here in the house. The peanut butter one, I would do.
So that sounds good. I did remember I have bought Oreos in the last year, and I bought them because I had mint ice cream, and I crushed the Oreos into the mint ice cream because I feel like Target, I think, had like a mint, used to sell, I don't know if they still do, they used to sell a mint cookies and cream ice cream. It was, I know you don't like mint, so you're not going to be down with this, but yeah, a mint cookies and cream, that was really, really good. Maybe top 5, top 10 ice creams for me.
Well, they have an Oreo ice cream out, right?
Oh yeah, it's just a cookies and cream ice cream, but I'm saying this is mint ice cream with the Oreos crushed up in them.
I can't get over the mint, right? I'm sorry.
I get it.
It's crazy. It's crazy because I'll eat anything. We both know that. It's just for some odd reason, mint just I don't know what it is.
Fine with me. Yeah, like you won't eat it or you just won't enjoy it. You'll say no. If all the only ice cream we have is mint ice cream, you'll say no to ice cream?
Yes.
Interesting.
Right? I even everybody loves the mints. They will stay in my freezer until the end of time. Like, I'm not going to lie, Bri. I would probably, if there's nothing left in my fridge and I'm on the verge of starving, I still probably wouldn't eat Thin Mints.
Wow. Insane.
Sorry. Just me. I'm a weird cookie when it comes to that.
Sure.
All right, Bri. Let's finish up our trivia, which is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland, Bri, before we get into our top 3. I did ask you, so obviously I didn't update it with the new acquisition because obviously you know where Tevin Jenkins has played college football. But
Tevin Jenkins. No, I don't know. Do you have it there with you?
I can look it up real quick.
My guess was gonna be Oklahoma State. Could be Oregon State. I feel like it was orange.
I think it's Oklahoma.
Is it Oklahoma or Oklahoma State?
Oklahoma State University. Oklahoma
Yep.
State.
He was a first rounder.
He was a first rounder. But I did ask you about Zion and Quincy Williams, where they went to college, and what rounds were they drafted in?
So Zion was a first rounder. I'm not sure where he went to school. I guess Clemson.
Boston University.
Nope, definitely would not have got that. Interesting. I didn't think they played football at Boston University. I thought they just played hockey.
Well, he did.
And then Quincy Williams, I think I heard this today. I think I heard it correctly. Was it Murray State?
It was Murray State.
And my guess was he was drafted in the 4th round.
3rd.
Dang. All right.
You're close, though. You're close.
Very good. Do we know? I thought I also heard this maybe months ago. Maybe this is when Quinnen Williams was traded to the Cowboys. Is he Quinnen Williams' brother?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know. I never really looked into it, but I was thinking about that today.
No. Hold on. Who are you asking for?
Quinnen and Quincy. Are they brothers?
Quinnen, yes.
Quinnen Williams and Quincy, they're brothers, huh?
Yes, they are brothers.
That's wild. Played on the same NFL team with the Jets.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Something new. Something new.
Breaking news.
All right.
Breaking news.
Let's get our top 3. We'll close out the show, my friend. All right, Bri. Top 3 time, buddy. Close out the show. You had me getting through a hangover last week, and it was amazing because a lot of people agreed with us on like our shows and everything. And it was cool because even a lot of people agreed with you on your football show that you watched on like the SEC network, but everybody loved
True South.
Yeah, everybody loved your golf analogy. You know, soft voices.
Oh yeah.
That's
what you're looking for. You need something to relax you because the anxiety level's usually higher. You probably haven't slept very good.
Which
and
is
you
amazing.
Just feel like crap.
Guys announcing golf aren't even close to the golfers at all. But,
no.
Jim Nance here.
So good. I mean, whenever you're in a bad mood, you just turn on golf. If it's a sunny day, it'll help you relax.
But I wanted to bring up to you, Bud, because we talked about it last week. You know, and I'm sure we've talked about this. A lot of things are going to be retread for us, but it changes because it's us. And like, if you're hungover, Bud, what's your top 3 go-to foods when you're hungover the next day?
So they're a little different, but number 3 is pretty standard, and it's pizza. I feel like when you're hungover, you need something substantial to kind of get in your stomach, and the thought is soak up the alcohol. So like chips and stuff, you know, that's not really going to fill you up. Snacks, you know, you need something of substance. So pizza was my number 3. My number 2, I went with a buffalo chicken sandwich. And my thought there was make it a little spicy, make yourself sweat a little bit, kind of sweat out the toxins there. And also, yeah, you got the bun that's going to fill you up a little bit more, soak up that alcohol. So I feel like that's a pretty good one. But then my number 1, maybe just because it's usually the time of day, you know, I'm not sleeping till noon or 1 o'clock. I'm waking up usually pretty early. And then I'm wanting some breakfast food. So I said breakfast food. If you had to hold me down, I would probably say an omelet, some sort of meat lover's omelet, and then with some toast or a bagel or an English muffin or something. And then again, you know, get some bread, maybe put a little hot sauce on it, make you sweat a little bit.
All right. Hey, solid. Number 3 for me, Bri, is you're going to think this is weird. Cheeseburger macaroni, the hamburger helper cheeseburger macaroni.
Okay. That sounds
A little
good.
bit of the grease, plus you got the noodles. Can't go wrong with a cheeseburger macaroni.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 for me, and I'm like you. I'm normally up early in the morning. It's not an afternoon kind of thing. And for some odd reason, it will still be my always go to the next morning afterwards. Steak, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
Give me
Sure.
that guy with a couple of hash browns, and I'm a happy camper the next day.
Is the steak good? I've never had it from McDonald's.
You never had the steak, egg, and cheese bagel?
No, I'm not. You know me. I'm not a huge steak fan. So I've had the bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. That's very good.
You'll have to try the steak, egg, and cheese. It's not like a normal steak. It's almost like
Sure.
a hamburger patty. But
Okay.
I think you would like it because it's got
Okay.
caramelized onions on it, and it's got a little bit of grease to it. You know what I'm saying? That's where my kind of list goes to. And Brian, my number 1, and it will be. Normally, it's a certain burger, but man, it's a give me a cheeseburger. Just the next day, whether it be a Wendy's Big Bacon Classic, whether to be honest, my go-to Five Guys. I don't know what it is about Five Guys Hangover. Five Guys.
All those fries too.
Oh my God!
They give you,
especially the Cajun fries. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Cajun fries. Five Guys burger, Big Bacon Classic from Wendy's. Even the double quarter pounder from McDonald's. Just that kind of grease, just to lay something on your stomach. That's like you said, something substantial that you're just like, I want to sit here. I want to sit here for a little bit. You feel a little bit better. Honorable mention though, Bri, Chinese food.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever done it, but it doesn't sound bad.
Little honorable mention on that one. Little Chinese food, whether it be a sweet sour chicken, something of that nature. Just honorable mention. Just think about that next time.
Okay. I remember being in college and waking up hungover, and it just would seem like an eternity until like Wendy's or Burger King opened and you could go get a burger. Like sitting there at 9 o'clock in the morning, just waiting. Like you don't want to cook anything. You just want to go get greasy burgers and fries and just like, why can't they be open earlier?
That's why I love, so they're open for breakfast, but I know what you're saying. But that's why I love Arby's now, because Arby's opens up at 10. So they open up before, they switch over for lunches for everywhere else. So go get you like a beef and cheddar from Arby's at 10 o'clock. Just have
okay.
Done with it.
I've seen Arby's that serve breakfast. Maybe that was a while ago. I don't know if I ever had it, but yeah, I remember when Arby's used to serve breakfast.
Yeah. So are you going to go out and eat breakfast or get breakfast and bring home?
Oh no, I'll bring it. I mean, unless I'm with a group of 4 or 5 guys, I'm always grab it and bring it home. Relax on the couch, get on those TV shows that I was talking about last week.
And Brian, another one I wanted to bring up to you beforehand, and I think you've been to Fazoli's, have you not?
I have been. Unfortunately, it's been a long time. They're not around much anymore. There used to be one in Medina.
Breadsticks from Fazoli's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think there's one in Mansfield. Oh, speaking of, I read today they're supposed to put a Buc-ee's in Mansfield, right off 71.
You're never leaving that place, are you?
I don't know. I'll be past there once every 2 weeks. Top brisket sandwich. That's a real deal.
Hey, once every 2 weeks.
Well, that's when I'm down in Mansfield. Is every 2 weeks.
Is this when you're getting second lunch?
It can be second, third, fourth lunch. It doesn't matter. I'm sure at least for a year, it'll the newness will eventually wear off of it.
Will
but well, if I'm going there every 2 weeks, it will. But I mean, shoot, you can get something new. I'm telling you, this place is huge. You can get something new every time, and probably at least go there for a couple of years before you had any repeats.
All right, I'm gonna have to go. I've never been to one, so I'm gonna have to go.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, it'll probably be 2 or 3 years before it opens.
That's all right. Still gonna go to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. We are here at the end of our show. We want to thank you guys so much for watching and joining in the conversation. Bobby G, thank you for the breaking news about Max Crosby. Never thought it's not that often we get breaking news here on Legal Ham to Face, but I'm glad we had it. So, Brian, we're here at the end of our show. God bless them, my friend.
God bless you. God bless America.
All right. We are definitely uncorked and unloaded, and we want to thank our troops and first responders for everything you guys do. Couldn't do this show without you guys, so thank you guys so much for everything you do. And we will see you guys next Tuesday with some more Browns free agency and some Cavs and some guards coming up. So see you guys then. Have a great night.